Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Dan the Tutor, on a mission to become the world's greatest tutor. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to find the equation of lines that are parallel or perpendicular to another line. So first, we need to talk about what parallel and perpendicular means. In algebra, if you have a parallel line, we all can imagine what parallel lines look like, but really what parallel means when it comes to algebra class is to say that parallel lines have the same slope. So as an example, if I have the equation of a line y equals 3x plus 5, and I have another equation for another line y equals 3x minus 7, I immediately know these lines are parallel because they have the same slope. Of course, remember y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, so that means 3 is the slope for both lines, and they're parallel. Now for perpendicular. Perpendicular's a little bit harder, requires some thinking. Perpendicular means the opposite reciprocal slope. So with the same example from a minute ago, y equals 3x plus 5. So if I want an opposite reciprocal slope for the second line, the slope needs to be not 3, but negative 1/3. And then I'll put minus 7 again, but really the y-intercept doesn't matter for parallel or for perpendicular lines. What is important is the slopes. An opposite reciprocal means switch it from negative to positive or vice versa, and take the reciprocal, meaning flip it. So a couple quick examples of perpendicular. The slope 2 becomes negative 1/2. The slope negative 3/2 would become positive 2/3. Get the picture? And then one last thing I want to say before we look at some example problems. We have a little symbol for parallel. Two lines together like this means parallel. And then if you draw two lines like this in an upside down T shape, that's a shortcut way to write perpendicular. So with that being said, let's look at some example problems. Find the equation of the line parallel to y equals 4x plus 5 that passes through the point 0, 1. So first we start with the line they gave us, y equals 4x plus 5. The only thing I need from this equation is the slope, which is 4. So we would say m equals 4, and now I am done with this equation. I do not need the plus 5, I just needed that 4. Now what I got to do is I have to use the point they gave me, 0, 1, to find the equation of my new line, which so far, my new line, all I know so far is y equals 4x plus b. To solve for b, I plug in 0 for x and 1 for y, and so I'll do that right now. 1 equals 4 times 0 plus b. That means 1 equals 0 plus b. And so in other words, b just equals 1. Meaning my final answer is y equals 4x plus 1. And there we go. That's it. Here's the second one. Find the equation of the line perpendicular to y equals 3/2 x minus 5 that passes through the point 3, 4. So again, same thing as before. I start with my equation they gave me, y equals 3/2 x minus 5. Then I'm just going to take from this the opposite reciprocal slope of 3/2, which is going to be negative 2/3, and that is my slope m. So in other words, right now I have y equals negative 2/3 x plus b, and now to solve for x, I have to plug in the coordinate point they gave me, which was 3, 4, 3 for x, 4 for y. So I'm going to plug that in. 4 equals negative 2/3 times 3 plus b, and now I just have to solve for b. Looks like the 3 here and the 3 here are going to cancel. So 4 equals negative 2 plus b. Add 2 to both sides. 6 equals b. So then my final answer would be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 6. And there we go. Now I just want to look at two more scenarios today. These are kind of weird cases that you are going to see at some point. Find the equation of the line parallel to y equals 9 that passes through the point negative 1, 4. This one's weird because it's not written in y equals mx plus b form. Hopefully you realize that y equals 9 is just a horizontal line, meaning that the slope m is just 0. So we can still solve this the same way, y equals mx plus b, where it's going to be y equals 0x plus b, and anything times 0 is just 0. So that means y equals b. I still have to solve for b though by plugging in, well, x equals -1, but there's no x, and y equals 4. So in other words, I would say 4 equals b. So I'm done. Y equals 0x, which I won't even include, plus 4. So in other words, it's just y equals 4, and that's it. By the way, if it was perpendicular, you need to know that perpendicular to a horizontal line is going to be a vertical line, and all vertical lines would be in the form x equals some number, and the answer would just be x equals -1, because that was the coordinate point they gave us, -1, 4, where -1 is the x value. So this would be the answer if they wanted perpendicular. Y equals 4 is the answer for parallel. And obviously that's a weird scenario, which is why I wanted to talk about it. Number 4, find the equation of the line perpendicular to 2x minus 5y equals 10 that passes through the point 0, 10. So the reason why this one's so hard is because we're not written in the normal form y equals mx plus b. That means the first step we have to do is solve for y here. If you don't know how to do that, first thing I would do is subtract 2x from both sides so that we have -5y equals -2x plus 10. If you write 10 minus 2x, that's the exact same thing, so it doesn't matter. And then I have to divide everything by -5. And I'm going to split apart that fraction, so it should look like this. Y equals -2x over -5 plus 10 divided by -5. And if I want to clean that up, I would say that the negative signs cancel, and I don't have to put x in the numerator. I can put it off to the side like this, and that looks better, because it looks more like y equals mx plus b. And then 10 divided by -5 is -2, so -2. Now this is not the answer. This is just rewriting the first function. And remember, I said I wanted perpendicular to this function, meaning I have to find the slope perpendicular to 2/5, which is going to be -5/2. That's the slope of my perpendicular line. So where I'm sitting at right now is y equals -5/2 x plus b. And now all I gotta do is solve for b using the coordinate point they gave us, which was 0, 10. So x is 0, y is 10. So that's going to be 10 equals anything times 0 is 0, which is nice, plus b. Looks like b is going to equal 10 here. So then my final answer is y equals -5/2 x plus 10. And there we go. So if you have any questions on any of those problems, please post them in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.